All right, today's video is going to be one of the trickiest videos I've ever done. I am trying my very best to promote the sale of my own sports cards on my YouTube channel through an affiliate partner, Fanatics Fanatics Collect Weekly, auction number 138. But I don't want to come across as a hype man, a hype beast, a used car salesman. No offense to my used car salesman viewers out there. But I want to be as transparent as possible. But at the same time, obviously I want to promote these cards. I want to tell you guys why these cards that you should probably go look at and give you some idea of what these cards are worth. 31 Michael Jordan cards from my personal collection are for sale. Totaling, I am going to go out on a limb and say probably over 300,000, I would think, based on some of the comps that I've run. There are tier 1 hierarchy cards, tier 2 hierarchy cards, tier 3 hierarchy cards. There's 28 gem mint Michael Jordan cards out of the 31 cards for sale. I think I did the numbers right. Today's video is just showing you these 31 cards that I have for sale that are going to be ending next Sunday, the first week of September. This is weekly auction number 138, and it goes live tonight, August 29th on Thursday, and it ends 10 days later. I've got an affiliate link in the YouTube description that you can use to bid. That's what this video is about. We're going to look at 31 pretty cool Jordan cards that it's not easy for me to part with, but I'm going to explain to you what I'm doing and why there is a method to this madness and answer a lot of questions that you guys may have about Cajun eternity and all paths lead to Jordan. We're going to talk more about it. Enjoy the video. If you guys are looking to buy sports cards, basketball cards, football cards, baseball cards, comic books, memorabilia, do what I do. Use the Fanatics Marketplace. Just make sure you use the affiliate link that's located in this YouTube description at the very top or the QR code that's attached. All right, here we go. Bryan with Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana. As I mentioned in the intro, I'm selling 31 cards. No, I'm not getting out of the hobby. No, I'm not going to buy, ultra-modern quarterback prospects. No, I'm not buying unlicensed top chrome, serial numbered to 5,000 Victor Wembanyama sticker cards. I'm actually taking the money out and buying different Jordan cards. So this is about moving money from one place to another. I've done this on a pretty grand scale, believe it or not. Over the last year, I've sold over 1,000 Michael Jordan cards over the last year. That doesn't mean I haven't also bought 1,000. I haven't bought 1,000. I have sold 1,000, but I haven't bought 1,000. But I have reinvested the money from Michael Jordan to Michael Jordan. I am moving pieces here and putting the money over here because that's how I'm collecting. I am looking for specific cards, and these 31 cards that I'm about to screen share with you and show you that are listed for sale. These are all my cards from my PC. Many of these were cards that I picked up in the cross-country collection. I am simply liquidating these cards. The money is going to hit my Fanatics Weekly account, and then I am quite likely going to reuse the money in Fanatics Weekly auction, even some of this auction, and then future auctions on Fanatics Weekly. I am going to purchase Michael Jordan cards that I don't own, that I just deem more important and or upgrades over the ones that I'm selling here. So, like I said, there's a pathway for all of us. You've got to adapt. You've got to react. That's what this video is about. So I got 31 cards going out. I just want to rest assure everybody, hey, this is not going to sound, hopefully I don't need to hype Michael Jordan cards. I don't need to pump Michael Jordan cards. I'm going to show you the cards. We're going to look at some card ladder data. We'll figure out about what they're worth. And then the only thing that I do ask of you guys as a favor, if you do like the channel, if you like my consistent hobby and transparent hobby content, consider using the affiliate link. I've got a buyer's affiliate link. I'm trying to get better at persuading you guys that are watching the channel and those of you that follow me on Instagram to use the affiliate link. I am an affiliate partner with Fanatics Weekly, so it would be really tricky if you guys would use the affiliate link to support the channel and buy the cards that I'm trying to sell, so I could go buy more cards to do more badass mail days. Does that make sense? That's sort of the cycle of life here. That's what this video is about. I'm going to try to do it without feeling icky or feeling gross about it. And it's relatively normal for people to say, hey, here's my card. Here's why I think it's worth this. That's all I'm doing, but I'm doing it on a pretty grand scale because two of these cards are foundational centerpieces of my collection. And so I'll talk a little bit more about those cards when I get there. All right, we're on screen share. First, just your regular 1998 Upper Deck Ionics Kinetics PSA 10 Michael Jordan card. Next, we've got a 1998 Upper Deck Hard Court number 23. This is a great card. I'm going to click into it real quick just to show you the image on this card. How cool is the image on this card? For those of you who haven't held these cards, and this is just a base card, right? There's a home court advantage. There's also a home court advantage plus, which is serial numbered and really cool and really valuable card. This is just the base card, but it doesn't look like a base card. It looks like it's got the appeal, the visual appeal of an insert. These cards are actually made of wood. Like when you have these cards, the reason it's very rare to find one in a Gem 10 condition like this is because if you look at the back, this is all wood. The edges like splinter and actually fray. Trust me, I have flipped through a lot of those raw cards and just passed and decided not to grade them. But the PSA 10's a relatively big base card. A lot of these cards you're going to see are going to be big Jordan base cards, not typical Jordan base cards. Speaking of, we've got two of the 1998 Fleer Vintage 61 Michael Jordan BGS 9.5s. This would be a great pair if you were looking to get into this card and you wanted to check them both off your list in gem mint condition. Maybe you're a PSA set registry guy and you want to try to cross them or whatever. Two Vintage 61 base. These are base cards, BGS 9.5s. Speaking of pairs, this is the 1997 Skybox Z-Force number 23 and number 190, the Superman subset card, right? This is a card that we talk about all the time. I say, to me, it looks like a parallel, okay? This looks like a parallel. If you told me, hey, I just picked up the Tier 2 Superman numbered to 100, I'd be like, yeah, that's awesome. Good job. Congratulations. It's a huge card. This is just a subset card. It's not a rare card, but it's a pretty cool card in PSA 10. Here's the card right here. It's about $100, $120, $150, somewhere in that range. This is a great looking Michael Jordan card that you can put in your collection for really not very much money at all. Again, like I said, I'm just trying to recycle some of these cards and put it into new stuff. The number 23 card is a little bit more valuable card. You know, that's kind of what it looks like. I think mine looks a little better than that copy because the label's cool. But it's about a $200 card. So again, maybe $300 for the pair of those two cards right there. Again, two base cards, but when you get a PSA 10, you know, it kind of lowers the pop. Next, we got a Row 3 Flair Showcase. Now, this is not your typical base card. So this card's got some great value here, and it's low pop, man. So let's check it out. 97 Flair Showcase, Row 3. Here's the card. This, ironically, is the Legacy collection that I still need in my collection. For those of you not familiar, this base card has a parallel called the Legacy Collection, which is serial numbered and very rare and very valuable in any grade. And so I am selling this base card, which again doesn't look like your typical base card. These Flair Showcases are really badass, really susceptible to surface scratching. This was a cross-country collection card that I purchased raw and graded, and it came back a PSA 10. Here's what the card looks like. It's about an $800, $900,000 card, $600. Yeah, it's sort of rising if you ask me what it looks like. What's the most it's ever sold for? $990. So it's pushed the $1,000 mark. I'm not saying it's going to, but the way PSA 10s have been going, this is probably going to push up near and maybe eclipse the 1,000 mark. That would be pretty cool. I'd love to set a record. Usually I'm the jackass who's breaking records by paying the highest price ever paid. Wouldn't it be cool if I actually sold one for the highest amount ever, albeit on a relatively low-end card, lower-end, mid-tier card like this? There's your pop report. It's a 3% gem rate, people. So that's kind of what I'm trying to explain to people is, yeah, it's a base card. But look, this is a base card that's only been graded 2,400 times. By the way, there's 18,000 Victor Wembanyama base Prism PSA 10s already. 18,000. This card's only been graded 2,400 times, and there's only 75 gem mint copies out there. So that's why the card's valuable. It's one of the greatest sets of the 90s. This is not going to be the last one you're going to see. That's the Row 3 PSA 10. Moving along, we've got, here we go. That's perfect timing. We got the 97 Flair Showcase Row 2 PSA 10. Same kind of deal, similar pop, similar number graded, similar value, you know, everything I said before, I'll say it again. Now here's one that's a little unique, right? And again, yeah, it's a base card, it's a subset card. This is the 97 Collector's Choice cheap product, but this is the StarQuest SQ 171. And if you'll notice what Fanatics has on here, they've got Pop 7. We're going to test that and make sure that's right. Pop 7, guys. All right, this card's been graded 80 times in history. This PSA 10 is a Pop 7. There are 7 of these out there. 80 times in history it's been graded. That to me tells me it's a relatively rare card. It just doesn't fit my revised Jordan collecting criteria. You know, in the hobby, we've all got to pick and choose. Like, not only do you have to pick and choose which players to collect, but within those players, especially when you don't have an unlimited budget, and especially with a player like Jordan, you're kind of constantly moving the criteria, moving the boundaries of which Jordan cards you can and cannot pursue. And so this is just really, a video about sacrificing 31 cards in order to purchase other Jordan cards. So I'm probably likely going to be out 31 cards and probably replace it with, maybe 3, 4, 5 cards. At least that's the plan. That's how I'm pushing my collection forward, right? I'm not letting go of any necessarily hierarchy cards that I cannot replace, but I'm trying to push forward into certain cards that you just don't see every day, that you've really got to lurk in the shadows and dig through the weeds. But this is an interesting card because you only got 2 real comps recently, 2025 and then 1080. But again, let me reiterate, that's a pop 7, okay? So I don't know when the next one's coming along. It has sold 4 times in 5 years. So that should give you some idea of just how rare and sort of under the radar that card is. Again, not to sound like an icky used car salesman, but that's a pretty unique card, which is why I bought it in the first place. I might end up losing money on it. I have no idea. 97 Bowman's Best Techniques. Of course, there's a refractor. There's an atomic refractor. This is the base copy. I do have the refractor and the atomic refractor in PSA 10, if I recall. And so out with the base, and I'm going to pool that money and buy something different. Weird stuff here, okay? So this is appealing to all you Jordan PSA set registry folks out there. This is a pretty unique. It's a 1996 WorldCom calling cards. It is the 10-minute black jersey, okay? So came in the cross-country collection, got it graded. It is a pop 18. Not many of those out there. There's actually a 20-minute card as well. This is the 10-minute card, and it is only a pop 18. If you look at, this has got the PSA 8 on there. I don't think we had any PSA 10 sales. Maybe we did. No. Here you go. So it sold for $500 on June 19th, 2023. There's the sale. $500 is what that card sold for in June of 2023. Card Ladder seems to think it's up about 20%. I have no idea if it's up 20%. It could be down 20% or up 100%. I have no clue, right? Because you just don't see these things very often. Searching by PSA 10 on calling cards. Oh, here it is again. This was in 2022. It sold for $550. So interesting there. It's a calling card. I don't collect calling cards, but I did get it raw. I graded it, came back a 10. I was excited. I shared it with you in the cross-country collection mail day. So that's the exact same card that you got to see about 6 months ago in the cross-country collection mail day videos. And if you don't know what the cross-country collection is, buckle up, go watch the whole playlist. It's a blast. It's hilarious. It was one of the most fun 9 months that I've ever spent in the hobby for sure. Another Skybox Superman. This is the 1996 PSA 10, card number 179. We've got another Flair Showcase. This is the Row 2 PSA 9, so a little bit more affordable version there as opposed to the PSA 10. We've got a PSA 8 refractor. I upgraded this. I'm almost positive. I think I upgraded this 96 Finest refractor to a PSA 9. So the PSA 8's for sale. Obviously, it's off center, but the coloring is impeccable. And so this was, I think this is a fresh graded card as well. I'm not sure. I shouldn't say that. I don't know that for sure that I graded this one or not myself. I just can't remember. But the centering on the back reflects the centering on the front. It's not great, but the color is really what you're looking for in the refractor. That's going to go super cheap. Like, that'll be a very, very cheap card. I just don't have a need for it because I've got the PSA 9. So, a lot of these if it's not a PSA 10, that means I already have a PSA 10 or it's just not, it doesn't fit correctly in my collection for the card that it is. Bowman's Best, number 80, the base card. Of course, I've got the refractor and the atomic here. This is the PSA 10 base. It's a pretty cool looking card in hand as well. And then the 95 Skybox EXL, PSA 10. These are cool cards, interesting cards, a few $100 value there. They present real well and they're unique and they kind of give off the vibe of an insert as well. The Nike promo, the Upper Deck Jordan Rare Air promo PSA 10. It's a card not everybody knows about. There it is. It's a pop 31, 14% gem rate, pop 31, only 213 graded. It came from the Rare Air set. And what did the last one sell for? $255 in June of 2024. See if I can find another one. Here's another one, $403. So who the hell knows what that thing's going to do? Anywhere from 200 to 500 probably, if I had to guess. But again, that's a low pop right there. I mean, it's a great looking card too, man. Low pop, pop 31. Just a really, it's an interesting looking card. It's a really good looking card. I think Walter Ios Jr. took these pictures for Sports Illustrated, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I remember reading a story about it, but I really can't remember. But I think it's a good looking card. Moving along, we got the Emotion. This is a base card, but again, looks like an insert. PSA 10 copy of that one right there, card number 100 from that Skybox Emotion set. And then we got a couple of members only. Yeah, so we got the 92 original, number 1, and then the 1993 Stadium Club members only, both PSA 10s. So this is the frequent flyers subset. I know I've got this one pulled up somewhere. There it is right there. Pop 16. That's tough, right? 15% gem rate, just a rare card. Big rate 100 times. The frequent flyers, members only PSA 10. Last sold for $400. It's almost certainly going to go over that. That was in 2021, guys. The last time this card sold was in 2021 for $400. Card Ladder, for some reason, thinks this card's worth less today than it was back in 2021. I do not agree with that. I think that card's going to do better than $400. But what do I know? I'm just the guy that's selling it. Not that I'm objective or anything like that. 2 Fanimation cards, the Bird Jordan and then just the Jordan. For those of you who like the cartoony stuff, if you like kabooms, you got to buy these. If you like, downtowns, you got to buy these. If you like, hometown heroes or whatever those cartoon cards are called, you got to buy these guys. These were cards that I bought raw graded. They came back 10s. 92 Stadium Club members only Jordan. This is the one that started it all. So original Stadium Club card number 1. We got to look at this because Mark Jackson's getting an eye full, and so is Paxson in the background. Hey, Ewing, you may want to turn around and defend. You are 7 feet tall. But I guess even then, even as early as 1992, Ewing knew there was no hope. There's your members only foil stamp right there. You talk about condition sensitive, dude. These cards are absurd. Just really, really, really condition sensitive on the edges and the corners. And this one is as good as I've ever seen in my entire life. You've got like magnified by a billion right here, and you can't find any flaws on the edges of the corners. This is a really, really spectacular copy of this 1992 Stadium Club number 1 members only. PSA 10. It is a base card, but there's some serious value to this card. I forgot to look. Yeah, there's your frequent flyers, 400. This one is in the Card Ladder database. It's a higher pop. It's a pop 195. But again, it is got a 25% gem rate, still less than 1,000 of these graded combined between PSA and BGS. This is a card that's up 120% over the last 2 years. What about the last 3 months when Jordan craps were running? Yeah, it's up 25%. So it looks like this card, it's 1, 2, 3 consecutive sales in an upward trend. All the way up to 679. It was the last sale, and that was only 16 days ago. So we'll see where that one goes. We're getting to the top. The Canadian Minis. I don't even know if you guys know what the hell these things are. I didn't. I did my research. It's in a normal size PSA slab, but the things are tiny, and it's like in the little bag that they came in. Let me see if I can show this to you guys up close. This is the 1991 Skybox Canadian Minis. It came from a cello pack, PSA 10. Go do some internet research and you guys can see what these are all about. It's going to look a lot like that Skybox Dunk card, the normal size card, but it's teeny, teeny, tiny. Like, it's really small. It's less than the size of a half of a normal card. For sure, it's less than the size of that. And I think I found one. Yeah, Pop 13. 5% gem rate. So all you PSA 10 guys out there, JoJo, VTV Sports Cards, all you guys that are chasing 10s that nobody else has and you just don't see very often, let's see if we can find when the last one of these sold or how many have sold or whatever. It's sold 11 times ever. Based on my research, the last one was $600 in July. It sold 3 times this year. 93. Damn, somebody really stole that one. 93 is crazy. 277, 600, 320, 303, 900 back here in 2021. If everything else is eclipsed in 2021 prices, I don't see why this thing wouldn't. This thing is pretty hard to get your hands on. Let's just put it that way. Next to that, we got a dribbling BGS 9.5. I don't know if I looked this up. That's a Pop 8 with a 1% gem rate in PSA 10. In BGS, it's a pop 9 with a 12%. So 17 total gems in the world after over 500 have been graded. That's a tough card. Last one sold for $455. Before that, the card sold for $960 in May. So I don't know where that one's going to land. I wonder what the PSA 10 sells for. This is about to be crazy, I have a feeling. If I'm not mistaken, I feel like I remember a crazy sale of this. Let me see. Oh, I did. Yeah. So the PSA 10 is the same pop as the BGS, and it sold for $12,000 and $11,000 and $9,000. Those are the last three sales, and none since. The BGS 9.5 is, I mean, this is one where I am hyping my own card. This is absurd. Look at that disparity. 11,000 or 12,000, whatever you want to call it, 400. Holy crap. That is that's interesting right there. So it'll be real cool to see where that one goes and whether somebody wants to try to cross the thing, because the centering looks good to me. And it got a 9, and I'm not sure it should have. You know, now that I look at this card, I should have taken this card and tried to cross it. That was dumb. That's what I should have done on this card. So, but I do dumb stuff all the time, you know. 1990 Skybox, the base 141. Everybody knows about that card. Good, easy to find comps on that. There's a million of them, but if you don't have it, you know, this is the first card that came out where I was like, ooh, this is very different than what I'm used to. Another starting lineup. This one is the 10. This one is the brown. This is a 4-figure card. Next to that, we got a unique card here, and I'll just show you. It's a pop 9, 5 higher. That's it. That's all there is. And I've got it pulled up somewhere. There it is. That's your card. It's only been graded 30 times ever. PSA hasn't graded these forever. That's my understanding. But they graded, I bought a graded one, and it came back a 9. And it was a 9, and there's only 5 10s out there. I don't know. This card could do anything. I don't know. Look, the last one sold for $75, $102. But what is the PSA 10 selling for? That's a real question. $2,000. So I don't know what to make of that. It's 20x. Like, what do you do with a situation like that where the PSA 10 is 20x, but there's still only a couple of 9s as well? And it either means the PSA 10 is more than triple what it should be, or the PSA 9 is less than a third of what it should be. I don't know where to really go from there. But I guess the market will dictate what that card's worth. Another 9.5 starting lineup. Again, I took the poor man's route and went 9.5 instead of 10. And then we get to the top row, and this is where shit, you know, kind of gets out of control and where people are going to really start to ask questions about Cajun Cardboard. You lied to us. You're selling your, you know, tier 1 Grail. You're selling your tier 2 sticker Grail. And you know, the only way that I can explain it to you guys is I am going to try to sell these cards. I've got some real life, I'm not in any financial crisis, okay? So I don't want you to take this, and nobody needs to feel sorry for me. I've got some things to take care of family-wise, debt-wise, mortgage-wise, insurance-wise, and home renovation project-wise, okay? We'll just leave it at that. So that's part of the, you know, reasoning behind, not that I have to explain why I'm selling my cards, but I've always sworn to you guys that I was going to be ultra transparent. And so a portion of this money is to pay down debt on a home equity line of credit. Okay. I don't think that's wrong or necessary to tell you, but that's where part of this is going. But I'd also, the more than the majority of the money from the sale of these 31 cards is going to be reinvested back into non-PSA 10 super rare Jordan cards. So I am tier 1 hunting. Yes, I am tier 1 hunting. I can't touch the Star 101 right now. I'm not doing it, not because I don't think it's important. I put it in tier 1 of the hierarchy, of course. So I think it's very important. One of the 27 cards you got to have if you're a Jordan collector. And these 86 Fleer cards are top 27 cards you got to have. If you're a Jordan collector, you got to have these cards. But these are cards I can get back into. Somebody is going to come pick up these impeccable copies right here. This PSA 10 sticker did not get an eye appeal sticker, and I, honest to God, don't know why, because you can stare at it forever. We can zoom in on this son of a gun as much as you want to. This is a unique piece, to say the least. The centering is phenomenal. The coloring is phenomenal. There's no fish eyes. I mean, it's damn near as good as you get. When you look at the centering on the back, look at the left to right centering on the back. Am I lying here? I don't think top to bottom is 50-50. It may be 52-48, but there's no discoloration. There's no wax stains left. There's no edge issues. There's no corner issues. I mean, everything about this card says, give me an eye appeal sticker, and I just don't know why it didn't get one. But it didn't. So that is a PSA 10 of PSA 10. That is a pop 27 card. There's your 88 Fleer, by the way. You're probably looking at about a $3,000 card there. It's actually down, so it's not a bad time to buy an 88 Fleer. It's down 16% over the last 2 years. Sorry, let's get back to the topic at hand, which was the sticker. So here's your sticker. The sticker is as flat as it gets over the last year with some serious changes. You know, the eye appeal sticker sold for $60, and then recently another copy sold for $54,900. If I had to guess, I would say this card would sell at or above the 55 for sure, because I think it is an exceptional copy. And yes, I am very biased. But again, you can stare at this card all you want. You can go in, you can zoom in, do whatever you want to do. That's a very, very nice PSA 10 sticker, and it's got a great story behind it. It was part of my 86 Fleer complete set, as was this base card that you're looking at on your screen. And here's the base. You can stare at the centering all day long. It got an eye appeal sticker, 30% with good reason with PWCC, and then again with Fanatics post-transition. I had this card out at the National, and I got to display it and show it. The back centering is not perfect, but remember, those eye appeal stickers are primarily about the front centering because it's about the eye appeal of the front. So it is a very, very, very unique copy, and I think it is certainly in the top half, if not the top third. Obviously, Fanatics and PWCC agree with me. Maybe it's in the top quarter of all the Jordan PSA 10 cards that are out there. If you put off your, I'm talking to you whales and your deep pockets, if you put off putting the PSA 10s in your collection for long enough, the star's running, and my guess is if the star is going to go up 3x, the 86 Fleer's got to follow to some extent. It may not triple. We ain't going back to 840,000, but you know, it was an $840,000 card not too long ago. Now it's somewhere in the 175 to the 275 range, just depending on the copy. They are not all the same, just like the BGS 9.5s are not all the same. This is an opportunity for somebody with FU money to come in and say, you know what, let me knock them off my list. I've got both of the 10s, and I know I just bought two impeccable, exceptional, authentic, beautiful copies of those two Jordan rookie cards. The sticker, Jordan's first insert ever, by the way, tier 2 hierarchy card. And then we know, obviously, the 86 Fleer, the most in-demand sports card in the world, right there. So I don't know. Let me know what you think about them, guys. If, you know, again, you may not agree with me. You may not think they are exceptional copies, or you may think that they're stupid and they're high pop and nobody wants them. And that's fine. We go through cycles like that where everybody has to have it and then nobody wants it. We're doing it with LeBron right now, right? For a while, everybody flexed LeBron cards. People used to flex 50 Topps Chrome base PSA 10s, and then now nobody will post any LeBron card for fear of persecution. So I'm laying it out there and doing a video with you guys. You're welcome to comment and let me know what you think about the cards and take a closer look at them. Again, 31 cards. I'm making a big move here, but I'm not running away. I am running into the burning building, or running into the building. Let's not say it's burning, because I think the hobby's doing quite well right now, to be quite honest with you. So anyway, that's it. That's what I got. 31 cards for sale. If you got any questions about any of these, other than, hey, can you pull it out of the auction and sell it to me privately? That I cannot do. It is in the auction. It is no longer my card. The cards are for sale, so may the highest bidder win. The only thing that I would implore you guys is, if you don't mind, if you're going to bid on the cards, do me a favor, click into this YouTube description. I've got a link that will take you straight to this auction, to my Cajun Cardboard filter. Stay with me. Let me get you back over here. This is why I'm bad at this. I'm not good at promotions and selling and crap. Cajun Cardboard filter. Over here on the left, you know, we've got weekly auction number 138. By the time you see this, this auction will be open, right? Right now it's a preview because I'm doing it at 12:54 Central Time on Thursday. But the auction will open. It opens in 8 hours. So by the time you see this, it will be open. And then you'll see Cajun Cardboard filter, and then you'll see basketball cards, and then it will, if you put in Jordan, it's going to get you to 31 results, okay? 31 Jordans. I think if I did my math right, 28 of these were gem. This is not... I think it's 28 gems, because I know the refractor's not. That's 2 that's not. The row 2 right here is not. That's 3 that are not gems. Jim. 28 out of 31 Jim Mint Michael Jordan cards. BGS 9.5 or PSA 10. Doesn't get any better than that. Check out the Cajun Cardboard filter. I'm going to give you the link. You don't have to do any of the filters. You just click the link. It'll take you straight to these 31 cards. I tried to make it as easy as possible for you guys to pick up a piece of the Cajun Cardboard collection. I'm kind of excited about it. I'm not the person who's going to be checking prices daily and doing videos and all that crap. I will do a follow-up video. It'd be reckless not to. Probably next Friday, 48 hours before the auction ends. It ends not this Sunday. It starts tonight. It ends next Sunday. So I probably should have done the math on that. It's going to be like September 5th or 6th or whatever that Sunday is. I can't remember. I'm terrible. Anyway, thank you guys as always for watching. If you have any questions, certainly feel free to message me in the comments. You can ask me there or you can message me on Instagram. But they are in the auction. They are going in the auction for better or worse. And as you guys know, I've always said this about Fanatics Collect. Whenever I sell cards on here, I'm going to show you the good and the bad. If these cards go under value, you're going to know. If they go over value, you're going to know. And I'm an affiliate partner with Fanatics Collect Weekly, but part of the deal when I spoke to them, and I've talked to some other, hint, not to get ahead of myself, but I've talked to some other auction houses and some other entities in the hobby that I'll soon be doing some work with as well, that I've decided to support the quickly growing Cajun Cardboard channel. I've told them all, like, I am going to tell the truth. You are not going to get me to hide the bad and, talk only about the good. I do believe in presenting the affiliate partners that I am affiliated with in the best light possible. But at no point am I going to only show you the 7 cards that did well and not show you the 24 that didn't. You're going to get the straight poop, as they say, right, in the hobby. You're going to get the truth. So we're going to look at these 31 cards again next Friday. Just to reiterate what they are, it'll be a much shorter video. And then you're going to get another video of how, you're going to get your Monday Fanatics Weekly breakdown that you always get every single Monday from Cajun Cardboard channel. Then you're also going to get a Cajun Cardboard's 31 cards. Here's how they did, and we'll go look at every single one of these cards if you want to in Card Ladder, if you really want to look at it, and I'll let you know exactly how I did in comparison to recent comps. So hoping for the best. Jim Mint cards have been doing really well lately. PSA 10s specifically, we know, have been doing really well lately. So hopefully the timing is good, and I can take some of this money and go buy some crazy ass tier 1 PSA 7s and PSA 8s and maybe PSA 9s or BGS 8.5s, some of the rare stuff that I've been really trying to integrate and put into my collection in recent memory. So out with some Jordans, in with some Jordans, rinse, repeat. Let's just keep doing this and having fun. Thank you guys for watching. I hope that wasn't icky and too promotional and slick. I just tried to let the cards do the talking, and we look at the real data. So there's no smoke and mirrors here. If you guys are interested in the cards, do me a favor, use that affiliate link. Thank you guys as always for watching this video and every other video. If you're looking for a way to support the channel, the most consistent content in the hobby, check out my YouTube description. There's a bazillion ways that you can support the channel, and there's more to come. Thank you guys for watching. Keep collecting, stay positive in the hobby. Peace.